thinking about possibly buying a large condominium instead of a single family home? Well, I'm going to give you some ideas of some really good areas where you may want to consider some very popular neighborhoods as well as popular buildings now. Hey everyone, my name's Jamey Prezzi. I'm a real estate agent in Miami and Miami Beach. And today I'm going to talk to you about some neighborhoods and buildings that you may want to consider buying in instead of buying a single family home in our area. But first, before I get started, if this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button so you never miss another update. I do put out new videos every week. Also, use the link in my information box and download our free guide today. I update that guide all the time, so feel free to download it again if you've already done it a time before. Let's get started. Okay, so I've noticed I'm getting a question from people a lot about possibly switching their search from a single family home to a condominium. And I think that people are a little bit frustrated with the single family home market today. Inventory is a little bit low in some areas. And, people are just interested in possibly going the condominium route instead. Also, there's a lot to be said for condominiums, especially the luxury condominiums in our area, because they're beautiful. They offer incredible amenities, incredible views, amazing services, and there's just a lot to be said for living in a really nice building where if you have to leave because you're working in a few different areas of the world, that you can just lock up and leave. Also, I have a lot of people who are looking for really large style condominiums because, after the pandemic, people have a lot more people living in the house with them. Also, there's just a lot more time spent at home. And so I'm just finding that people are really interested in buying really large style properties. And I have people who are looking at the single family homes and then they're like, there are a lot of options for condominiums too. What does that look like? So I want to give you some ideas for neighborhoods as I would my buyers and just let you know a little bit about price and sort of some buildings that are really popular in those areas. So the first neighborhood I want to tell you about is downtown Miami. Downtown Miami is a beautiful neighborhood, a beautiful area of our city. And if you're looking for real estate in that area, it won't be the city downtown Miami. It's Miami, because downtown Miami is a neighborhood inside of Miami. And just to know a little bit, there are several buildings that you may want to look at. And these buildings that I'm talking about today are really just buildings where I know you can get more than 3 bedrooms with more than 2,000 square feet. So one of the most super luxury buildings in downtown Miami is a building that was designed by the architect Zaha Hadid, and that building is named 1000 Museum. It is a very beautiful building, incredible architectural style, and the units are large. Next is Marquis, then we have Paramount, and 900 Biscayne. In these buildings, you can find the larger style units starting at around 1 million up to 23 million. Next, one of my and my clients' favorite neighborhoods is Brickell. I love Brickell for so many different reasons, but one reason I love Brickell is because it's new, it's glossy, it's shiny, it's just a really pretty neighborhood. And there is just a lot to be said for the buildings in this area. Now, one thing to know is that there's also an island off of Brickell named Brickell Key. And there's one building there that I love a lot. And that building is named Asia, and it is incredible. In Brickell, a few buildings that you'll want to take into consideration are, like I said before, Asia. Also, the Four Seasons. There is a residence section of the Four Seasons, and they have incredible large units in that building. Reach, Echo, Flatiron, and Santa Maria. You can find properties in this area starting at around $850 for some of the older buildings, up to 25 million. And last but certainly not least, the South of 5th neighborhood of Miami Beach. Now, properties in this neighborhood are super luxury. They have incredible views. There are a lot of larger type properties in this area, and you have many different choices. You can purchase a property that is on government cut, for instance, Apogee. There were a lot of sales in Apogee over the last 6 months. Also, you have Continuum 1 and 2. The Murano buildings, there's Murano at Portofino, Murano Grande, and then there's also some smaller boutique style buildings like Marea Glass, Ocean Park, Ocean 1, 321 Ocean, and Ocean House. In this area, you will find the pricing is a bit more than in Brickell and downtown, and that's just because the location is on the beach. And you know, as they say, location, location, location. And the properties in this area start from around 1.8 million up to 38 million. In this neighborhood alone, these larger style properties, there were 98 sales over the last 6 months, ranging from 1.5 million up to 35 million. So if you're thinking about buying a larger style condominium in our city and you haven't found one, let me know. I am more than happy to talk to you about the neighborhoods and give you some ideas of buildings and also help you around the price point and give you some suggestions on how to find a great deal in today's market. There's definitely a lot more opportunities in the condominium market because there's a little bit more inventory than the single family home market. So these larger type units do typically tend to be in a lot of the more luxury high-end buildings, obviously because the pricing is more because of the larger square footage, and that's the price point for those types of units. So if you have more questions about buying real estate in our area, we're always here to be a resource for you, and we will see you soon.